Hello, hello, hello. I changed the thumbnail for this three times. Three times because every time I think I was there, something happened. Connie Balmer, Gift Love, Lydia Washington, Fancy Rick, Sabrina Dixon, hello, Marcy Foreman rather, Annie Bullard, Iris Demonia, Gwendolyn Daniels, Diane Hawkins. Hey, Sean. Or, you know how we say it in the neighborhood, Sean. What's up, Sean? Where you going, Sean? Sean. Okay. Hey, Sean. Sean. Okay. I'm not 3 years old anymore. Sean. Hello, Sean. Let's see. Fancy. I said that. Mama Jane is here. Uh, Mercedes Todd. Michael Miller, hello. Olivia Johnson. Susie Q. Hey, Susie Q. Susie Q. Um, was that you that keeps crying every time I make one of my videos with, you know, a very royal Sussex ending? I keep telling y'all this channel is just like a Tyler Perry movie. It goes from the serious to the sublime in no time. 1 minute we're laughing, another minute we're having some life changing discussion. You just never know which direction things are going to go. And I should know that you'll never know because I don't really know either. I just wake up and it happens. Okay, let's see here. But I did finally get to the car wash yesterday. It's been a while since I've done that. And anyway, the car is so clean, I feel clean. Okay, let me see here. And guess what? My slides are ready. I had to change them last minute because, as you know, the cousins stood guard at the vigil, which include Harry and the rest of them. It's always either Harry and Meghan and the rest of the family, Meghan and the rest of the family, or Harry and the rest of the family. Because, as far as I'm concerned, the Sussexes are the only people that truly matter. The rest of them, well, some of them I'm okay with, and then the others, they don't even make good window dressing nowadays. But Annie Bennett, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex, and thank you for being a member of Royal Sussex. Okay. Oh boy, a bunch of comments already. So I think I did slow it down to the 30-second, didn't I? You know what? Why don't I double check? No, I know I did. Why do I need to double check? I know I slowed it down for 30 seconds, but still they're coming in fast. All right. So moving on. You could see here Harry and Vice Count Severin. I don't know how they came up with that name for that kid, but Vice Count Severin, they are flanking the Queen's casket. I would say that the Vice Count is to the Queen's left shoulder, and Harry is at the very foot. Now, I'm going to tell you why that makes for a very cool position for Prince Harry in just a second. Let me take care of this. I see there is a super chat. So far, I haven't seen any photos, videos of Princess Margaret's children or Prince Andrew's ex wife, Fergie. Yes, Sarah Tosuck Ferguson. Where is she? Are they attending? That's a good question. So, Margaret's children, that's the Cato or Gato, whatever it is, right? I have seen them when they were in the um, Westminster Hall. If you remember where there was a group of the family standing off to one side, the Daily Fail of all people actually identified. You know how they put the number next to everyone? And so the little bodybuilder guy was there. And then I guess the eldest daughter, the one with the dark hair, she was there. So yeah, they were all present for that occasion. So they are not taking such an active role, but I do believe, and I even saw like one of the Snowdens, something, was it Lord Snowden or whatever the Snowden was? I saw that guy. So they have been around. But thank you so much for your comment, the only lioness. I really appreciate you being here, and thank you so much for the super chat and watching Royal Sussex. Slow is not on. You know, I thought it was going kind of fast, so let me go ahead and take a look. Because yeah, I'm looking at this thing jumping and jumping out the corner of my eye, and uh, but it's worth double checking. I will take a look at that now. Oh, every day I thank goodness I have figured out how to do this. Okay, so I have it. You know what? Do you know what? I I see what I did here. You are absolutely right. I took away the presetting so that I could put in what I wanted it to be, which is 30 seconds, but then I didn't save it. So it was only half done, which is the same as not at all. So thank you for reminding me. Lydia Washington, now the slow mode should be active. But I do have the spray, the troll spray on. And you know what? Let's do the troll spray for 2 weeks. I think 2 weeks is better. I'll do 2 weeks of troll spray. So if you only just subscribed, you probably won't be able to comment for under 2 weeks. Okay, let me save that, and we are good. By the way, thank you guys for 19,000 subscribers. 19,000 while I was at the car wash yesterday, right? I went to the car wash, I went to the supermarket. I come home and I look, and it's like 19,000 and some change. I couldn't believe it. I'm just like, where in the world did all these people come from? And how come more people are not subscribing? Do you know that 39% of the people who watch Royal Sussex are not subscribers? Which I shouldn't complain, because there's a lot of channels that have been around for a long time, and they have a lot of people that watch all the time and never subscribe. So, it's not unusual for a person to have only 15% of a subscription rate. So I am blessed. But if you are not subscribed, please do. It does help out so much. It really does. It even guides this channel to people who otherwise wouldn't know it exists, who wouldn't know what this community is. So if you're not subscribed, I urge you to do so. Okay, moving on. Well, anyway, so I said that I would tell you why I thought this was a great place for Harry to stand. Okay, here's why. Because if you're standing at the um, foot of the coffin, if you're standing at the foot of the coffin, everybody is walking into the room in front of you. So pretty much people are on their way out, and you only see the back and the side of the other one's head, unless you hyperextend your neck around. You don't really see Willie, but you get a front on view of Harry as you're coming down the steps for that 15 minutes that they're standing in place. So it is, as far as I'm concerned, the prime position. Miss VSN, thank you so much for being here. I am so honored. I listened to you a while earlier, but I had to get some work done. But I did listen to you for a while, and gosh, you were making a lot of sense. I mean, I promise I have to go back and listen, because I'm like, yeah, she's got a good point there. Marcy Foreman, thank you so much for the super chat. Sean and Bear and Brian, that's what people always call me when they can't remember my name. Sean and Brian losing Commonwealth after. Yes, yes. I've only shown how the Cambridges, now the Duke and Duchess, what is it, Prince and Princess of Wales, how they lost half the Commonwealth. I was only able to squeeze that in just one time, but we'll get back to it though. Thank you so much for your super chat, Marcy Foreman, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Okay. Right. I do think that slowed down things a bit. All right. So going to the very well, that was the last for just 2 seconds, but gosh, all right. Maybe I should do better than 30 seconds. All right, this is what I was trying to get. All right, did you notice the cameras went away from Harry when walking up the steps, but waited until William was out of sight? Yes, I noticed that the cameras. I noticed that the cameras seem to favor William, and it's kind of like we have to showcase the future sovereign, but then again, it's going to look strange if we don't show Harry. So I think whoever was running the camera was very tormented as to exactly which position to put the camera. And so I think they spent an unusual amount of time away from Harry. I mean, after all, I mean, come on. Uh this is the reason why they were invited and then uninvited to the Buckingham Palace, and we'll get to that shortly. But nobody cares about William. Nobody cares about him. Oh, he's like the Ford Taurus. If you're an insurance salesman, you probably drive a Ford Taurus. Remember back in the day, that's what they drove. You either drove the Taurus or the Toyota Corolla. Um, but if you want the best performance possible, you get something like a Jaguar or something like that. If you want to make a good impression, you're not gonna go and pick up a potential customer. Let's say you're a real estate agent. You're not gonna go pick up the customer in that Ford Taurus. You're gonna want something a little more high end, like a Audi or a BMW or something like that. So if you really want people to take notice of your whatever, you have to throw some Sussex in there. If not, you're going to really disappoint everybody, which is exactly what's going to happen Sunday when they realize that Harry and Meghan are not there. So again, we'll get to that. Thank you so much, Cindy Seacrest. All right. Okay. Let me see here. I'm scrolling. Gosh, I figure I must. I know I'm missing some really good questions or comments. Hi, Baron. God never makes a mistake. If our faves were still in charge of the Commonwealth, no one would be talking about separation. They would be. Let me see. No, talking about separation. Yeah, got you, Sonny B. I got you. But yes, you're right, and I'm actually very glad that they're not involved with the Commonwealth anymore because to uphold an institution like this, to represent them, and of course, the Sussexes would definitely represent in a way that would not be condescending to the members of the Commonwealth countries. Whereas, as you can see, left to their own devices, the rest of the family always insult. They're always condescending, and the thing about the Commonwealth countries is some of the countries, especially the darker the complexion on average of the country, the more they treat them like children, like they need adult guidance and would not be able to survive without um, the empire. Whereas with the other countries that are more prosperous and let's say Australia or Canada, where they seem to have received great favor over the years because it's not mostly people of color. They tend to be more prosperous and they treat them differently. But what's interesting is that what they all have in common is whether it's Canada, Australia, which, by the way, you guys, the Cambridges are going to take the kids down to Australia next year to try to prevent separation from the Commonwealth to try to prevent them from losing Prince Charles as the head of state. I'm sorry, King Charles III. Yeah, did you guys know that? The Cambridges are planning a trip to Australia. Well, it's in the cards. You know they're going to do it because anytime someone talks about a referendum, the first thing they do is start trotting out the royal family. And so the um, very right wing conservatives of Australia have already proposed to the British government, please send the Cambridges, the nuclear family with the dad, the mom, and the 2.1 child. Okay, three children. I shouldn't say that. The three children. Please send them down here so that we can stay a part of the British Empire. Commonwealth. I'm sorry. Commonwealth. So, Sonny B, thank you so much for your comment. All right, scrolling along here. Josie A says, with a super chat, was very happy to see Harry in uniform, and rightly so. Thank you, Josie, and I am very happy as well. Harry looks amazing. He always cuts quite a figure in his uniform. Oh, and thank you so much for the super chat and watching Royal Sussex. Here's another view. Again, as people walk down the steps into the Westminster Hall, they are greeted by Harry. And then, of course, as they leave, you see what I mean? As they leave, they get to see the back of the egg. That's their way. Oh, I just realized I made his photo almost as large as a postage stamp. Could that have been by mistake? Sorry about that. But yeah, anyway, oh my goodness, it is. You can barely see him, but what I do see is that people are looking at the back of his head. Now, it's not the most important thing in the world, but I'm just saying because of their rank, they put him at the head, which just happens to be at the other end. So, whatever. Okay. Lydia says, I feel sorry for Peter Phillips. He is the oldest grandson and is overlooked in all cases. He is the Rodney Dangerfield of the family, selling milk. Yes, he had those milk ads for China. He gets no respect. Well, that's something though. Peter Phillips, if I'm correct, I believe it was Princess Anne who said that she did not want the kids to have those titles. And of course, the Queen probably would have gladly given all of them titles if they wanted them. But she was told, no, thank you. That Anne realized that, she was never close to becoming queen herself, and that the titles might be a bit of a burden for them. So they just opted out of them. And well, it's been interesting. One, Zara Phillips, Zara the tongue ring Tyndall, she is married to Mike Tyndall. And aside from driving 91 miles an hour through the countryside and who knows what else, I don't know what she does. Peter Phillips, he recently divorced his wife. And I believe that the children, it was something about the custody of the children, and it is because they are, you know, essentially royals, although they don't have titles, but they are the queen's great grandchildren. So, but they do sometimes appear on the balcony with Peter Phillips. So, yeah, I don't really know much about him other than the milk ads and how embarrassing that was for the family, especially, especially. I think it was kind of caught people off guard when they realized that it was for a Chinese company, not even anything domestic, but a Chinese company that hired him to sit in front of Longleat House, I think it was, not even a royal mansion, but they, um, without even asking, they used the I forget which family it is. They used somebody else's house and superimposed his picture in front of it. Very weird. Thank you so much, Lydia. Okay. And then here, back to Harry. Back to Harry. Okay. Hey, Joan Garcia. Oh no, you got a Ford Taurus? You know, it was a very good car. It was. It was a good car, but it's. uh, oh, no way out of that one, huh? Let me see. William has temper tantrums. 40-year-old brat. He's just like Charles. Yes, he is. He is. Thank you so much, Adrian. Okay. Cookies and cream. Wants to say hi to a few people, so let's help out with that as I scroll down the comments. Mary Davis says, and I hope that the leaders that know Prince Harry brings it to the person, king, attention that they're going to lose the battle with Prince Harry because they don't measure up. Thank you, Mary Davis. Okay, let me go here. So, and here's a broader image of everything. So there's Harry at the foot of the Queen's coffin. And there's to the right is Beatrice or Eugenie. You know, I never know which is which. And to the left, there is Beatrice or Eugenie. I don't know which is which. And then, of course, on the far corner, you can see Zara the tongue ring Tyndall. On the right of Harry, the little guy there, that is Viscount Severin. Peter Phillips is on the far opposite side there, so you can't see him at all. Wow. Lydia, um, gosh, you're giving me a complex about him now because now I'm going to just picture him always getting the short end of the stick. But yeah, he's not really in a prime location, is he? Well, I mean, for the people walking by, they're probably wondering who he is. But yeah, they got him on the far opposite side. Um, yeah, so, but yeah, and you can see the back of William's head next to the candlestick. Uh, yeah, so that's the layout right there. And so this angle is the angle from where the people are coming down the steps, and they are the first royal they see is Prince Harry. He's standing straight on looking at them. Okay, so that's why I say it is a great position to be in. You know, I mean, not that it really matters because she was grandmother to them all, but I'm just saying he's in the prime location. That's all. And you know, the other thing, you guys, the people coming down the steps, you know, some of them may have seen, well, actually, all of the people from the steps all the way to where they stop them right there near that platform, they can see um, the changing of the guard, if you will, where the grandkids come in and take their place. And then they continue the line, and so the people on the outside, they don't know that they're walking in and there's all the grandchildren. They have no clue. You know, by the time you reach that point, unless you're on your smart device and you realize that you're close, which if you guys have had this experience before, when you're in a crowd, sometimes your phone buffers because there's so many people pulling on that signal at the same time. You may or may not know. So imagine their surprise when they get it inside and there's, you know, everybody. So that had to be surreal. Okay, let me see. Tiger Hub says without the two most approachable social genuine members, the Sussexes, it's going to be one boring state dinner full of fake schmoozers. Yes. It is a it's not really a state dinner. It's not going to be like, with all the glitz and glamour. People will still likely mostly wear their black, and it's supposed to be somewhat of a muted occasion. They're not going to be very festive. It's really a gathering. It's kind of like a wake without the body, I suppose, is the only way to put it. And so it's supposed to be, just really about remembering the queen and such. But of course, you got world leaders there, so I'm sure they don't want it to be too, downplayed. But yeah, so technically it's not a state dinner, but it is a oh, I forgot what they called it, but it is a supper of some sort. Thank you for your comment. Okay. And Veronica says white majority countries because they murdered most indigenous people. Yeah, that's the common thread with the colonization is that so much of it really is a result of a genocide. You have to eliminate people. You have to drive people into what do you call it? Into other countries. You know, like so many situations you have to you have to exile so many people, especially anybody with power and influence. So yeah, it's a very nasty business, and it's amazing how because of the propaganda we have managed to, and when I say we, I don't mean everybody because not everybody forgets, but we have managed to disassociate the colonization, the genocide, the theft, and such with the crown. That there's been a complete disassociation of that. And like I'm hearing over and over again from people from African countries, from the Caribbean, that their parents or grandparents were quite the royalists, and that they love the queen, they love the royal family. And that's something that I'm gonna have to look into because I'm really fascinated by that. How people can feel like they're a part of the British Empire, but if you ever want to travel to the United Kingdom, it's easier for me as an American to visit the United Kingdom than someone from Jamaica. It's easier. It's easier for me than a lot of people that are within the Commonwealth to visit the United Kingdom. Just like the um what do you call it? The Benin bronzes. They want to keep the bronze treasures, and they say, well, it's better we have it for safekeeping. Even though it was safe before they stole it. I mean, we didn't know that it wasn't safe until they took it. And then after they took it, people were like, wow, it's not safe for it there. Duh, I guess it's not safe if you took it, if you killed to have it, if you plundered it, after you drove people into exile and murdered and jailed people and mutilated them. Yeah, it is not safe now, is it? So, so they say, well, if you ever want to see the Benin bronzes, you merely must make a trip to the United Kingdom and visit the British Museum. Well, if you can get a visa or yeah, or if your passport allows you free entry without a visa, sure you can come and see it. So that is amazing. That is amazing. Not all passports are created equal. Thank you so much for your comment, Veronica. And there, of course, speaking of looted, there, of course, are some of the crown jewels. There's the orb, which represents the Christian faith in the world. The orb represents the globe, it represents the earth, and faith being at the very top of the world. And of course, that means that the sovereign is on top of the world because the sovereign is the head of the church, right? He is not only the head of the Church of England, but in some respects, he is like the figurehead of the Anglican Church all over the world. And then, of course, there's a scepter, which, of course, is symbolic of a shepherd guiding his flock or fleece or flock. And there, of course, is the crown. And again, there's a cross on top of an orb representing, faith first and then the world and the sovereign. So if you want to be on top of the world, or if you want to be a part of faith, you have to go through the sovereign. I mean, there's a lot of symbolism there. Okay. Woo, 1,600 people. All right, please don't forget to hit that like button. And I am scrolling. Ooh, wow, all these comments. Are you sure I slowed it down? Good Lord, I'm scrolling. This looks like a slot machine. Okay. Let me go back to that and then we'll get on that one right there. Sorry for the preview. Let me see. God is the head of the church, not a human man. Miranda Rios, I wish you would tell more people that, because they seem to think that the only way for you to get there is you got to go through people first. Let me see. My mom is Haitian. The only British royal she liked was Princess Diana, and Diana earned my mom's esteem through her charitable and empathetic actions and anti-racism, not by her aristocratic status. Thank you for that, Veronica. Let me see. Is Charles going to return all the stolen diamonds, emeralds, rubies, sapphire, etc.? No. No, no, no. Not even the one that they stole from that child in India. No. Let me see. I did. Are we still having trolls? If we are, they are very patient. I mean, I went back like 2 weeks. Let me see. Okay, 60 seconds. Is that what you're saying there? Please, so in the 60 seconds chat is okay. Okay, I will do that. I will do that. I thought it was a lot coming in very fast. You know what? I'll do two things. I'll go back 60 seconds and I'll go back a month. How's that? That should take care of it. That should take care of it. Wow, I'm flattered though that there's so many hate watchers. Thank you for spending the time. I'm glad we're in your head. Okay. 1 month and subscribers only. Wow, so the and they're subscribing to that's nice. Okay. And what else? And 60 seconds. There we go. All right, derangers. I appreciate your commitment. Hate watchers. Too bad they don't spend as much time watching channels that uplift the others, right? Anyway, thank you, Lydia, for that. And thank you for being a great moderator, as well as your constant support, not just for this channel, but for the whole of the Sussex friendly platforms out there. Okay, thank you very much. And that's. The Queen was head of the Church of England, yet millions of Kenyans were killed while she was on the throne. And thankfully, people are addressing it to the greater public now. Whatever the circumstances, and people try to make this excuse, well, the Queen was just this young girl and all that kind of stuff. However, if we are going to give her credit for having 70 years on the throne, if we're going to give her credit for, I don't know, being, what is that they say? A voice of reason? No, not a voice of reason. What's the one I'm looking for? A calming figure throughout this crisis and that crisis. If you're going to give her credit for some things, then you have to give her credit for everything. And if during her reign of 70 years, all of these atrocities happen, then it's just like the president of the United States. If it's good weather, then the president's doing a good job. If it rains, then there's something wrong with that president. That's just the way it is. You are responsible for everything. Every day, the Daily Fail has 1, 2, or 10 articles about Biden inflation, the inflation, Biden, the inflation. But yet, we are not supposed to attribute anything good or bad with the crown for that period early in the Queen's reign because she was young. I mean, that is part of the record and it should be addressed. But ignoring it is not going to change it. It's not going to compensate people for their loss, especially the ones who lost their lives. And so now at this point, um, either you count 70 years or I don't know, take 20 or 30 years off for the time that she was there and certain atrocities happened. All right? Just take that off the record, strike that from the record and say, okay, she really wasn't the longest reigning monarchy in their history, monarch in their history. Since she's not responsible for those years, then don't count those years. But if you want to count those years, then explain everything. Make her accountable for everything. It's not fair to try to have it one way and not the other. You know, just because I may have been in a certain state when I uh, ran through my bank account, I was feeling bad, so I just started ordering from Amazon. Well, I can not pay that because of my state of mind, can I? Or youthful indiscretions, I would have to pay it, right? So it's part of her record is that there has been some people call it an atrocity, genocide, even a Holocaust. I've even heard someone say that part of what happened in Kenya caused the loss of some 3 million people. Well, that's about half as many people that died because of the Holocaust, right? So if the Holocaust cost the life of 6 million Jews, and let's say Kenya lost some 3 million people, men, women, children, then that is a Holocaust, right? And who was the sovereign at the time, right? I'm just stating a fact. You know, I'm just stating a fact. That is a fact. Okay, thank you so much for your comment. The man that passed out, that man was hungry and hot. He tried not to laugh, but was hilarious. Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that guy. Well, they also say too that when you're standing there like that, and you're, being on stage, even if you're not performing, it takes a lot out of you, and it's so easy to get dehydrated. It's so easy to lose track of breathing and stuff like that. And some of the healthiest people are capable of collapsing on stage. When they're in a high pressure situation like that, that can happen to anybody. You want to do your best, you forget to eat, you forget to drink, or whatever, and you have more blood in your legs than you have going to your head, and you just pass out. Okay, Mascara says Betty became official queen in Kenya, and she was fully aware of the gulags and concentration camps during her visit. Thank you, Mascara. I take your word for it. Case closed. It's exactly what I said. If you want to give her credit for the good things, then you have to make sure you associate her name with the bad because it is a matter of history and it cannot be undone because it's unpleasant to speak about it. Okay, how ironic when Harry asked for security during his visit for the Jubilee, he was denied. But here it is now on the death of the Queen, he is getting security day in and day out. How hypocritical. Isn't it though? Isn't it though? I would love to say, Well, they just don't want to be embarrassed by anything going wrong at this time, but they don't seem to have a threshold for embarrassment, do they? And we'll talk about that soon. You know what? I've been on for 41 minutes and I'm still with the same group of slides. So I'm going to take a couple of looks here and then I'm going to move on. Exactly, Baron. What good is it being the Queen if you have no control over the government? The UK, among others, owes billions in reparations, an unaccountable amount since lives were lost. Exactly, Jacuzzi. And with that being said, yesterday on one of the chats on the Twitter, now the number one rule about the Twitter what they call them chats is you don't talk about those. So I'm going to be very, but this was like really a public forum, so I don't mind saying just they had, I don't know who this guest speaker was, but his job was to deny and obfuscate and come up with every, so someone had said the Queen was head of state, and that she was also the head of the army, well, the military, the head of the church, and so on and so forth. And so this English twit decides that he would mansplain because it was mostly women. So he decided to mansplain. Because he's English, he must know everything there is to know about everything. Even, I mean, because just like when there's people on American television, a royal expert, they don't really have to know anything. As long as you have an English accent, then it must be true. And because I'm an American, whatever I say can't be true. So, and that's why I'm calling him a twit, because he was being a twit. So he decided to say, oh, that's not true. She wasn't the head of the military, but that's that's what you all say she is. I mean, that's the law. And then he tried to say that nobody believes that. He tried to downplay it like if there was ever a war that the Queen wouldn't have been the one to give consent. But it was said by this American woman who happened to be of African descent. She said, I work in the defense industry and I happen to know that Margaret Thatcher did ask the Queen permission to go to war in oh God, what is that place? The Falkland Islands. So was she the head or was she not? And my answer to that is whenever it's convenient. Whenever it's convenient, the Queen is in control. And when it's not convenient, then people were taking advantage of her age. So, in other words, if it happens to do with Harry and Meghan, then they are abusing an elderly woman. But if it's Charles or Andrew or any of the rest of them, then the Queen's handling it. Oh, the Queen was aware. The Queen knows. The Queen decides. They were trying to have it both ways. I don't know who this guy was, but oh, I wish I could have called in, but I don't usually talk on those chats. I just listen and not even that often. But oh, I would have mopped the floor with him. I would have mopped the floor with him because he was trying to mansplain. He was mansplaining and dodging and downplaying. In other words, that same type of sly talking point that is used to deny racism was the same tone that he was using to try to explain the idea of a constitutional monarchy. Well, if I'm correct, I believe there is no written constitution for the United Kingdom. There is precedents, there is laws, and then there's the word of the sovereign, but they don't have a written constitution. I believe the Magna Carta plays a part of how things are governed, but they don't have like an American written constitution. But then again, the American Constitution is really based on the Magna Carta. So this guy was all over the place. And the day that we can finally get away from that. For a while, though, um, there's still this belief that anybody English that comes on American television must be telling the truth, especially if it's to disparage Harry and Meghan. They know what the Queen is thinking, they know what Charles is thinking, they know what everybody is thinking, um, but they don't really have a good way to explain it. But then it's not their fault that the American journalists or reporters or television personalities do not do their homework and don't take them to task. So I was very frustrated listening to him, but I was like, let me go into this car wash because this man is getting on my nerves. But okay, thank you so much, Jacuzzi. Oh man, I got a lot on my mind today. There was something a man was holding out was holding out. I mean, holding made of ivory and another jewel. I wonder how many elephants were killed for this. Well, a lot of the treasures that they have is made of ivory, and I believe that William had said something about destroying or returning or something all the ivory treasures or something. But once he get in there, he ain't gonna do nothing. He's all talk. He's all talk and those funny faces that he pulls. Okay, got a super chat. Diamond Pearl Jim says security or spies to keep an eye on the Sussexes. Love your content. Subbed a couple days ago. Wow, and you're still able to comment? Well, don't get me wrong. I'm glad you're here, but um, yeah, that well, you are a subscriber, so yeah. Anyway, I'm glad you're here, and thank you so much for saying that. But I did turn it back like about 2 weeks, but I don't know, maybe that doesn't work. But either way, I'm so glad for the super chat. That's how you were able to comment. It was a super chat. Thank you so much. Well, don't worry. In a little while, you'll be able to comment without the super chats. But thank you, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. All right. So I'm scrolling along, and then Audrey Teschner says, love and hugs from Teschner home to Royal Sussex family around the world. Thank you, Audrey Teschner, and thank you so much for the super chat and for watching Royal Sussex. Okay, so I'm going to do these super chats, and then I'm going to go to the next topic. After 49 minutes, oh my God, I got to. Well, thank you, Duchess of Success, for the shot of vodka or espresso on me, Baron. I appreciate that, and thank you for all you do. Thank you so much. Let me see. And Elaine Parker, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you so much for being a member of Royal Sussex. And happy Saturday to you. Okay, so I am going to go to the next topic because we have been here for 50 minutes looking at that stolen set of jewels. But let's go through Harry one more time here. Oh, that's William. If it looks like a postage stamp, it's probably William. And then there's Harry again in the prime position where the people were coming down the steps and really seeing the only person that matters. You know, I'm just saying the only person that matters. Okay, and then from there, let's get to this one because this is kind of fun. So, Christopher Bosey says a certain group of toxic YouTubers, creators, think they hate me now, but wait until they see Bot Sentinel. What is that? V3? I wonder if that means a report from Bot Sentinel. Anyway, Christopher Bosey has really been on the case. And so to explain exactly how much he gives no you know what, he decided to make that comment with this video of, I believe this is a transgender person doing the I forget what you call that walk. unfortunately, I don't have the actual video. But oh, where they do like the death fall, where they spin and twirl the arms and turn around and lay flat like they just died or something. Anyway, that was his very colorful way of saying it. That if you think if you think I've done a lot in the past, just wait. Just wait. The other day, he actually posted a photo of a box of receipts all rolled up and rubber bands wrapped around it. And it had to have been hundreds, if not thousands, of receipts. Oh my God, I thought that was so funny. But yeah, so you guys just stand by because who was that? Someone just got oh, I forget the guy's name, but he just got demonetized. He's got one of those Britain First channels, and oh man, he says some very, very strange stuff um about the Sussexes all the time. And I just, you know what, I didn't even save a slide from it. And I just didn't think to do it. But yeah, so this guy um, I guess it may have been partially because of bot Sentinel, but this guy's channel has just become demonetized. But uh, yeah, and you know what? I seen his channel before, but I never watched it. So I decided, let me see what the fuss is about. And some of the things that he was saying about the Sussexes, I thought was so toxic. I mean, it was very, very toxic and in bad taste. And the people of Britain hate them and all that. I was just it was they shouldn't come here. They have to, you know, I don't even want to say, but it was very nasty. And I'm just like, okay, well, if he's doing all that, then maybe that was the right call. But yeah, this guy is very, very toxic. And I looked and I'm just like, God, he doesn't even really get that many views like some of the hate channels, but you know, he's still he's still there and he's still saying and doing the stuff that he's doing. So bully for him, right? But yeah, so you guys keep a lookout, and I will inform you whatever I see in regards to Christopher's very cherished work. Let me see here. Okay, and then moving on. And then there's this. Somebody tried to. Oh, by the way, J Matt, thank you so much for the super sticker and for watching Royal Sussex and being a member of Royal Sussex. Someone tried to grab Lizzie. Somebody tried to grab Lizzie in the box yesterday. I mean, literally went for it. Tried to jump up on that riser, on that disco round that they got her on. They tried to jump up there and they made a grab for the royal standard. I don't know what he thought he was going to achieve or what, but Trevor Coat, thank you so much, Trevor Coat. That is the guy, Trevor Coat. His channel was just demonetized. Um, but yeah, so he tried to go for it. And if you could see here, thank you, Lydia. If you see here, you can see it didn't take long before they had him pinned to the floor. And you know what? They have better be glad that it was just one person acting alone, because if it was a group of people, it would have been very difficult to stop everyone. It would have been very difficult. And you can see the reaction of the ladies on the other side, clutching their pearls, um, in reaction to it. And I started thinking, I'm looking, and I said, this guy, what is his motivation? Oh, Lydia, you got jokes today. You think so? You think it was him? You think that somehow he finally, and I've been saying that we should try to put together like something so that he can get over there and make an appeal on behalf of the people of Trenchtown. let me see. If he was there, how would he emerge from?
Prince, 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 Prince. Trenchtown wants $245 billion. That's what Trenchtown wants. $345 billion. Yes, thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what Trenchtown wants. Yes. What do you
mean? Oh man. Well, I have a theory. I'm just saying, I believe that perhaps it wasn't some stranger. Maybe they superimposed someone else's image there. You know who I think it was? I think it was Andrew. I think Andrew probably they've already read the will. He didn't get as much as he thought he was going to get, and so maybe he wanted to talk just one more time. Maybe he wanted to make an appeal because it was said just before the incident that there was some shadowy, menacing figure lurking around in the area. So, and I was thinking, who else would be more apt to do that? Now, it was said that the suspect, the perpetrator, shoved some little girl out the way. Maybe it was a misunderstanding. Maybe he wasn't trying to grab the queen's coffin. Maybe he wasn't trying to grab the queen's coffin. Who knows? Who knows? But oh man, that was strange though. That was very strange that somebody would like wait in line all that time and then spring forward and try to make a go for it. So maybe it was him, maybe it wasn't, but that's just my theory that and it wouldn't be the first time that some royal protection officers jumped him. You remember that time they saw some shadowy figure lurking around the grounds of Buckingham Palace in an area where no one should have been, and they jumped him. That's the true story. They literally jumped him. They thought that the Duke of York was some kind of like intruder at Buckingham Palace. He was nearly shot. That's how serious it was. He was nearly shot. And so they tackled him. They knocked him. They pummeled him to the ground. And of course, you know, oh man, I could imagine what his reaction was. I mean, they knocked him down, had him all over the ground, roughed him up, and I was ready to like, get your hands off of me. I'm the Duke of York. Whatever he said. Um, take your hands off me, ruffian. How dare you? How dare you? Wait until Mummy hears about this. Okay, let me see. I'm sure it's going to get worse. Security needs to be very vigilant on Monday. Oh, for sure, for sure. Okay, let me see here at work, but had to be here. Can't miss your live, Baron. Thank you so much, Sharon Smith. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm always glad to know that people are at work or making a supper. I'm glad whenever Royal Sussex can be a part of someone's day. Let me see. Cynthia Ashton says, I guess the guy said the queen always wanted to be seen when alive by wearing bright colors. So now that she's dead, he wanted to see her. Oh man, like maybe he thought he saw a little splash of fuchsia or something, right? Oh, thank you so much for the super chat. Also, thank you. The super sticker. Thank you. I appreciate that, and for being a member of Royal Sussex. You think so? It was Mount St. Thomas. Oh, well, nobody said it was a Yeti. If it was a Yeti, they probably wouldn't have been able to hold him. But either way, if you guys, you know what they say when there's a big event, if you see something, say something. Don't, no matter how you feel about the royal family, if you see something, say something. And if you see Andrew, you know what to do.
Police! 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 Help! Police! Help! Police! Help! Help! Police! Help!
Talk about a drama mama, right? Oh well. I'm sure it was just some deranged person, not necessarily Andrew. However, it's very interesting the way that it's gone. Now, this is a newspaper front page from the Metro from some time ago. They're out, he's in. And it still seems to be consistent today that the Sussexes are out, but yet they want him in. I mean, they put him in a uniform. I don't know what's wrong with those people. Are they not reading the room? Can they read? Are they able to read? Because if they were reading the room, they would know that this was such a bad idea. Why in the world would you? Oh, crazy. Now, someone on the Twitter, some squatty, I think it was, or maybe not a squatty, maybe just someone who doesn't like the royal family, made that Mummo Fix It. And of course, that is based on the character from that person. Uh, I dare not speak of him because I don't want to be like what's his name. Okay. Baron, did the Obamas come with Biden? I don't think so. Did you all see the security trucks and SUVs that came off of Air Force plane yesterday? Biden probably said, just try something if you want to. Well, you guys, just so you know, some of y'all probably know already, there is always a C 17, which is the largest transport plane used by many of the Western air forces. Like they're made in the US, but they're also used by the British and a lot of people. So when the Queen's coffin was flown back, it was on a C 17 transport. Is a cargo plane, and they can fit the presidential limousines as well as helicopters. They have the Sea King helicopter, which they use most days, which is a domestic helicopter. They mostly use that in Washington. But they have another helicopter, which I think is based on the Sikorsky, which is used to fly like trips to, let's say you go to Los Angeles, you go to Chicago, you go to other places. They take those helicopters by transport plane, and yes, they take them to London. And so the president has his own car, his own helicopter, and his own plane wherever he travels. It is very rare that the president is not in one of those modes of transportation. So, yes, they do forward a whole fleet of vehicles before the president arrives. And the other thing that they do, I only just learned this a couple years ago, even the fuel that they have at the other airports are tested, and then once they test and verify that the fuel is proper, then they put a lock on it and guard it until they fuel the planes to make sure that even the fuel for Air Force One is the right fuel and the right mixture. So it's a lot that goes into it. They send like a whole team of people from the Secret Service to scout locations. So Biden's going to be quite safe. No matter whatever they said, Biden is going to be very safe. Okay. All right. Miss P Talk says, are the Obamas coming? Oh, did I just do that one? Uninvited to Sussexes. Don't forget William is coming to. Oh, yeah. I don't think so. I think they're going to have like some type of gathering for the former presidents, Clinton, Obama, and I think even the Orange Menace may show up. The President Bush, they're going to have some other gathering for the former presidents, and that will be in Washington D.C. To be some type of reception or whatever it is, but that's what they're going to do in Washington for those who choose to come. So there's only limited seating at the Westminster Abbey. I think they should have had it at the St. Paul's because it's much bigger, but Westminster is the more historic location. So um, yeah, so it's very limited. So they are going to have it there. Let me see. I knew there would be no commercial flights. I know, I know. Whoever leaked that was such an idiot. Whoever leaked that information, that was crazy. As far as I'm concerned, it's already fine. I'm happy that everyone has high regard for Prince Harry, despite the fact that he was not in uniform. He exclusively, what is that, took out. So it's fine. Is that, okay. Stood out. Okay. Stood out. I got it. Typo. Got you. Thank you. Sorry about that. All right. And of course, there is that praying hand thing. Oh, this guy has been desperate. Talk about desperate. Look at him. He did the praying hands. And those are those same little fat, chubby, suspicious hands that was at you know whose house in New York waving toodles, toodles, toodaloo. Oh, man. Toodles, not knowing that there was somebody with a camera. Click, 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 click. How dumb could you be? Why are you walking people to the door? Oh, man. This was so stupid. Not that I'm trying to help him, but how stupid could you be? That was just stupid. What a disgrace. What a disgrace. I just hate that they're always trying to lump together the Sussexes with him. That's awful. Look at him. Just toodles like he's so smart. And of course, from the Twitter, the only uniform Andrew should be allowed to wear, of course, is that suit. But as the guy in Scotland says, Andrew, you're a sicko man. Andrew. It's hard for me to roll those R's, but that's how he said it. Andrew, you're a sicko man. Oh, Andrew, you're a sicko man. I loved it. That was my best day since Christmas. Andrew, you're a sicko man. Oh, okay. Khalil Similan, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you so much for being a member and watching Royals Sussex. All right. So let's move on. And right here, this image of this sicko man in this uniform is an insult to all girls and women. It is an insult to all who have served rather, in uniform. By all means, grieve. But the wearing of uniform exploits iconography of the state and public service in future demeans all girls and women, all of us. Reprehensible. It is. And he's a sick old man. All right. So moving on. Let me do this. Harry and Meghan have been uninvited to a state reception at Buckingham Palace on Sunday after officials insisted event was for working royals only. The event will be hosted on Sunday by King Charles and the Queen Consort. It is thought the couple received an invitation to the event earlier in the week. However, Harry and Meghan are unlikely to attend after palace officials insisted the reception was for working royals only. Uh, now, when they say working royals only, does that include people who wasn't seen for 30 to 60 to 90 days? Huh? Does that include those people that have not been seen for upwards of 30 to 60 to 90 days? I'm just asking for a friend. Uh, let me see. Heads of state will attend event including Joe Biden and Emmanuel Macron. The Queen's funeral, all of the latest royal family news and coverage. Okay, thank you so much. Let me see here. 30, 60 to 90 days. Dr. Schola did not like that. Inviting Harry and Meghan was intentional. Uninviting them was intentional. Excluding and embarrassing them is intentional. Feeding them to the media is intentional. This is cruel and wicked. King Charles can shove his expressions of love for Harry and Meghan. Actions speak louder than words. Huh. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Schola, who is absolutely fearless, as you know. And of course, the Sun, just loving the idea that this is going to have some type of potential embarrassment for the Sussexes, which, by the way, they probably didn't want to go anyway. Um, Likely they turned them down because the only point to invite them was to try to make a public spectacle and to show that they are tolerant and such. And then when they were turned down, they just said, oh, well, it was for working royals anyway. That's probably what happened. I'm sure that that is exactly what happened. I don't think that the Sussexes want to play with them. And this would be playing along into their games. And Harry said that he doesn't want to play the game. And that's all it is. It's playing the game. The game is we invite you, we show how tolerant and understanding and how supportive we are. And then as soon as all of this is over with, then we'll go back to abusing you. And so when the Sussexes said, no, we don't want to go, then they decided to spin the story so that it works in their favor. They have been briefing against the Sussexes. Somebody in that institution has been briefing against them ever since they said the Queen was with doctors or whatever. They began briefing against them. Harry and Meghan is on their way. And then it was Harry's on his way alone. Harry couldn't get on the plane. It was all of these lie after lie after lie. Prince Charles told Harry, don't let her come. And so it's for family only. But yet, Ford Fiesta was on that plane. Okay. And this is what makes more sense than anything else. Hi, Claire Kane. This is what makes more sense. They didn't tell him that the Queen was that ill. But you guys, here's the latest revelation. Charles was probably not with the Queen. Look, at best, the Queen was probably unconscious by the time Charles got there. Charles wasn't even there. Anne was more likely to have been there alone. And the reason why we know this is because President Bush's daughter, who works for MSNBC, whatever her name is, was doing a sit-down interview at the Dumfries house with Prince Charles and his emotional support Camilla when there was a phone call. Now, this is a week later, and we're just learning this detail. But when it first came out, oh, Harry wasn't there, no time to say goodbye. And so they implied that William and the Wessexes and, you know, Andrew, the sick old man, Andrew, you're a sick old man. And of course, Charles and Anne was there. Now it turns out Charles may not have even been there. There was a phone call, they said, at the Dumfries house. First, they heard running down the hall. Then there was somebody comes in the room, and then everybody was told to keep quiet. Charles is holding the phone. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, really? I'm king. I'll be right there. Whatever there means. And so, oh, I'm king. I'll be right there. Whatever there means. So, they said Prince Charles rushed out the house, and by helicopter he went to Balmoral. And then they said Camilla went by car, right? First, they took her out for a walk, and everything, gave her some water, and then she went by car and joined him later. And so the Queen was already taking a turn for the worse before Charles even got the phone call. There's a good chance that Charles never had any last conversation with the Queen. At that point, she may have already been unconscious, and at worst, she may have already been dead. And yet, the narrative that went on and on and on was that Harry just couldn't make it, right? Harry just couldn't make it. But you know what? I'm going to tell you something. This gets really deep. Two things happened to Harry with that Balmoral. When he found out his mother died, they were at Balmoral just before his birthday. When he found out that the Queen died, she was at Balmoral and she died just before his birthday. This has got to be one of the weirdest times of the year for him for the rest of his life. And I hope he doesn't give it too much thought. But Balmoral is a jinx. That blue sapphire ring is a jinx, and Balmoral is a jinx. After this, I would never go back to that place again. Oh no, that place got bad juju. I would never go back there again. Oh, I tell you. So, you can see here, invitation lonely, Prince Harry and Meghan uninvited to state reception hosted by King Charles at Buckingham Palace. And then Meghan Markle and Prince Harry reportedly uninvited to state reception at Buckingham Palace hosted by King Charles. So, you got those two. Either way, they're being shady. It's just like Mariah Carey said when they did Divas Live, and she went to go and talk to Aretha, and Aretha told her, said, Mariah, they playing games. I ain't in the mood for games, Mariah. And that's exactly what this is. They're playing games. So, oh man, it is hot in here. Hold on a second. Let me turn the fan on. Hold on. All right. Andrew, you're a sicko man. Okay. If I ever see him, I swear I am going to yell, Andrew, you're a sicko man. Oh, thank you so much, Lydia. All right. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Let me see. Let me see. Uh okay. The tabloid showing Charles he has no control. They are not done with him. Oh, Charles is toast. Charles is toast. You guys, listen to me when I say this. Listen to me. I said a year ago, I said a year ago that they were going to try to find some way to shame Charles off that throne. They are going to come up with some kind of dirt. Thank you, Kathy Gabby. They got something that they're going to use against him to get him off that throne. Now, you all told me, oh, he's been waiting. He's been waiting all these years so he could be king. And oh man, I can't stay in character with that one. But anyway, he been waiting all these years to be king. Why would he just walk away from it? He may not walk away, he might get pushed away. That's what they did to the queen's uncle. They got rid of him. Don't think that his let me try it one more time. No, I can't do it. I can't do it because never bad. I can't do it. But anyway, they're gonna find some way to get that old man off that throne because otherwise, if he has another 20 or possibly 25 years ahead of him, then that means that this person right here may not be able to walk down the aisle at the event when her daughter is going through her coronation. And that is if, and there is a big if they are still together. If they are still together. So as you can see, Charles being on that throne is very time sensitive for a lot of reasons because she may never see the day when her daughter Jazz Hands has her chance to become queen. She may never see that for whatever reason. I'm just saying if they're still together. That's all. Well, oh, what a twisted web we weave when first we practice to deceive. All right, all right, all right. Let me see here. The cruel business model never changes. Create story, report on story, spin story, report on story, spin that was created, spend some more, and it's all for money. Yeah, exactly, Kim Coates. They don't report the news. They create the news. They you know they create that narrative. Hey, Church Nelly. Hey, what's going on? Glad you're here. Let me see, Baron. You're absolutely right. They are definitely going to bring up some kind of dirt on Charles Sausage Fingers as well as Swamp Thing. Yeah. Um, Charles took a lot of baggage onto that throne with him. And I would say if he gets the right people around him, he can ride out this storm. But his best card is the one that he's too stupid to play. He better, and I hope he doesn't do it because I don't want to help him. But this is his best bet right here. That's his best bet right there. That can be what saved you. But if you decide that you want to listen to those people around you that keep handing you those I can't even say it with a straight face. But if you want to keep listening to those people around you that keep handing you exploding pins, then do that. Do that. Listen to the people that's going down to the magician's shop and finding a pen for you to sign these historic documents. Those are the people you want to listen to. I mean, you literally walking around. You got people yelling things in your face when you do the walkabout. You got people booing you. You got people handing you exploding pins. And you want to freeze out Harry and Meghan? You stupid, stupid. Next they gonna give him one of them dribble glasses. When they had that reception Sunday, he's gonna go to take a sip of his wine, and it's all gonna go down. You know, y'all know what a dribble glass is, right? That's where it's got that little cut close to the rim. So when you tilt it up to your mouth, everything just goes running down your shirt. So when they have that reception, your drink, sir, and they're going to give him a dribble glass. When he go to sit down, he's going to have a whoopee cushion. I mean, they're going to do everything they can to mess with this man's head. And he is going to be the one that gives them license to do it because he decided that instead of trying to lean on his best defense, Harry and Meghan, he decided that he's going to listen to the same people that is giving him exploding pens, dribble glasses, whoopee cushions. What else? You know what's going to happen? What they probably did was William probably hired a magician. Somebody who works for him is probably a magician. And so every time he do something, it's like a magic trick. I got to stop. Oh my God, my side hurts. But that's what's going on. Well, I tell you what, if Camilla pulls a rabbit out of her purse, I know something is wrong. If if Camilla pulls a rabbit out of her purse, then you're gonna know somebody is setting them up. Speaking of which, did you all see that little girl that Camilla terrorized? Did y'all see that video I made? Let me see. Oh, sorry about that, you guys. Oh, sorry. Okay, so where was I? Oh, this is where I was. So anyway, Duke and Duchess of Sussex uninvited from state reception at Buckingham Palace. The couple received an invitation earlier this week to the event to be hosted by King Charles and Queen Camilla consort. And then Royal Suda says in another spectacular flip flop by King Charles, Harry and Meghan have been disinvited from Sunday's state reception after an invitation was issued earlier this week. First the uniform, and now this is a clown show. And then Peter Hunt says Buckingham Palace is in a mess of its own making because it treats non working royals, Andrew and Harry, the same. One was friends with you know who, and the other left, he says, because he had to had to put his mental health first. So there you have it. And then Jack Royalston, I can never get that right, Royston, Harry, Meghan invite to world leader event retracted as mix-up test truce. Well, no, it wasn't a mix-up. It was just Harry and Meghan didn't want to go. This may well be a genuine error during a logistical difficult time. Not greatest look, though. See, he's apologizing. He's apologizing for the royal family. So that's why I say when I see this guy, Jack Royston, I never mind. He's apologizing for the palace, and he shouldn't do that. There are no mistakes like this. The greatest look, let me see. He says it's not the greatest look, though. During the period of delicate royal unity in the Queen's honor, Newsweek.com. Okay, yeah, he's full of it. He is full of it. This was not a mistake. This is not a mistake. And from seeing that, I realized that Jack Royston is. I'm just not going to go by what he has to say. I can't do it. Okay, so here is a disgraceful image. You got the rest of the family in uniform, except for the person who ended up in the uniform anyway. Um, Andrew, you're a sick old man. Andrew, the sick old man, ended up in the uniform anyway. And so they were still determined to let Andrew wear a uniform and not Prince Harry. But then, caving to so much pressure from people all over, finally they're like, well, he could wear a uniform if he wants to. I'm sorry he did, though. Now, you guys, I want you to take a look at this. Crown Prince Frederick and Crown Princess Mary walking out of church hand in hand after the funeral service for Prince Richard, the late husband of Princess Benedict. This guy is, let me see, which country is he? Is he Denmark? No, not Denmark. Yeah, Denmark, right? Yeah, he's the Crown Prince of Denmark. And back in the day, he was actually living a swinging good life in California. You can see right there, he's riding around in a convertible El Dorado. But anyway, I love this picture. I think that is so cool. It's very, very old school. Now, of course, he's not old enough to have driven a car like that when it was new. So obviously he borrowed it. But anyway, you can see that they are walking out of church hand in hand. And dare I say, the crown princess is causing it. Do you see that outfit she got on? That is nice. She looks very, very sharp. Look at her. Now that is very, very Joan Collins. I'm sorry, Alexis, not Joan Collins. We don't like her. But that is very much Alexis Colby right there. That is very much Alexis Colby. You got the shoulder pads, you got the oversized fedora. Yeah, very, very good look. Anyway, the whole point is they are holding hands. Period. This is essentially their Prince of Wales. This is the next King of Denmark. and he is holding her hand. So there you have it. Baron, some are seeing the Uninvited uh, was to distract from the footage of booze. I hope people push the booze video to forefront again. It's you know what, Ray Raquel? Don't that make a lot of sense? Don't that make a lot of sense? Invited, uninvited, and the booze. Well, you know what? There are going to be more booze. So maybe they may have distracted maybe 50% of the coverage of that for this news cycle, but there are going to be more booze where that came from. Definitely. There's going to be more booze, and there's going to be more people yelling at the top of their lungs so that everybody, and I do mean everybody, can hear it. Andrew, you're a sicko, man. You know, that's my new favorite thing, right? Thank you, Ray Raquel. That is my new favorite thing. Andrew, you're a sicko, man. Oh, man. Oh, I love that. I love that. Let me see. Harry's respond to receiving the banquet invitation. Thanks, but no pops. Let me see. No pap. We are not attending. We cannot attend. Enjoy. Have all the spotlight on you and your crooked friends. Let me see. Harry and I are mourning. Yes, H and I are mourning. Okay. Thank you so much for that, Lori. Okay, next. Oh, done that. And then there's this. On the one hand, this is yes. Andrew, you're a sicko man. All right. So David Beckham arrives at the start of the queue at 2 a.m. It takes him 12 hours to pay his respects to the Queen at Westminster Abbey, while Philip Schofield and Holly Willoughby get special treatment. Uh, I tell you, the optics of this is pretty bad for Philip and Holly. Philip and Holly joined the chorus of VIP people that were able to sing their way through the line, whereas other people are waiting upwards of 12 to 24 hours, depending on who you ask. And yet, even when they offered David Beckham the opportunity to just go through, he refused. He decided to stay in line. So there's two sides of David Beckham. On the one hand, David Beckham comes from a working class family, I believe, and they are quite the royalists. And he's always been the royalist as well as an upstart or trying to keep up appearances, whatever you want to call it. But he's married to Sposh Spice. So obviously he has some pretty high-minded ideas about where he wants to go in life. And so even though he looks very pious and thoughtful by waiting his turn, just like everybody else, um, Philip Schofield and Holly Willoughby, they decided, oh no, we'll just go right through. Thank you anyway. Sure. Now, that's one way to look at it. And you can see the look at Philip's face. Look at his face. Look at his face. I mean, I don't know if is that his resting mourning face? Is that what he does when he wants to look like he's in mourning? I mean, because if so, okay, I totally get that. But Philip decided to take the low road and just go through. Whereas David Beckham decided, I will just wait with the people. Now, some people are being a little cynical and they're saying that he's only doing that because he wants to become Sir Philip. Sir Philip. Um, and that he's there for attention, or that he, just wants the attention. Well, I would think that if David Beckham wanted attention, he would, I don't know, walk down the street with his shirt off or something like that. I just don't see him as having to go through that much to get attention. But you never know. I could be wrong about it. But whatever the case may be, he, you know, he did wait. I mean, he spent his 12 hours. And the other thing is, they said that, well, he said, I saw one of the interviews, he said that he queued at 2 a.m. because he thought, if I go down at this hour, maybe there's a better chance that there won't be as many people in line. So that kind of tells me that there is some air of sincerity there, that if you go at 2 a.m. rather than going, say, at 8 in the morning, um, there's a better chance that you're being sincere. So I'm going to say that I take him at his word, that it wasn't because he wants to be Sir David Beckham. It's just that he wanted to pay his respects. Like everybody else did. I'm going to take him at his word, but I can see why people are seeing some type of ulterior motive or whatever. And David Beckham's reputation has, somewhat decreased a bit over the years, because he has become such a publicity hound, and that he and his wife tend to uh, fall over themselves to try to maintain their brand. And then maybe that's all it is. Maybe this is just an exercise for brand Beckham. Maybe that's all there is to it. Maybe it's not just to become Sir, David Beckham. Maybe it is for his brand. So I will take him at his word for it. I'm not going to just assume the worst and assume that he's trying to be cynical or something like that, or trying to push his title in some kind of way. I'll leave that for other people. But yeah, I'm gonna say he's just being a good guy. Let me see here. Wasn't David Beckham the one talked bad about Meghan? I don't know. I don't know. I've never heard that. I never heard that. If it was, then it's probably to become Sir David Beckham. I find it interesting that she's wearing a mask in there. Yeah, I've only seen a couple of people wearing a mask, but I certainly would. I certainly would. Let me see. David has been looking to be knighted for a while, and what better to do than help the mafia by doing this photo op? Yeah, mascara. That does make a lot of sense, though. That does make a lot of sense. Let me see. Sorry, Baron. I think you're wrong about David Beckham. He's working for that Sir title. Yeah, it could be very true. It could be very true. I guess what really gets me going here is that it makes Philip look so bad. I don't know why Philip looks like what is that? The Cat in the Hat. The one of what is the guy from the Cat in the Hat? The green one. From the Cat in the Hat. But anyway, but yeah, I mean, I guess it does make sense. I guess it does make sense that if you wanted to get some attention, you would do a little stunt like this. I mean, that makes a lot of sense too. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm probably wrong, but I don't know. But 2 a.m. I mean, 2 a.m. If you go at 2 a.m., are you really expecting to see people? You know what I mean? Are you really expecting to see people at 2 a.m.? Uh-oh, is there an echo? Hold on a second, you guys. Let me do this. Aha, that does work. I'm trying something new here. And there. Okay. Okay, it didn't work like I thought it would. Yep, that didn't work. Never mind. Oh, yes, he does. Well, never mind. I don't want to do it now anyway. Okay, you guys. So the consensus is he's trying to become knighted. I'm going to go with that then. He is there for his knighthood. He's not there for the queen, and it's probably just a bunch of smoke and mirror. I'll take your guys' word for it. I'll take y'all's word for it. I think I'm not going to. The reception is going to backfire on the royal family because um, all of the dignitaries are going to be looking for Harry and Meghan, and Charles will look bad. Mercedes Todd, yeah, because I don't think most of them pay attention to a lot of the stuff that we're seeing because, you know, they have a country to run or something like that. Yes, thank you so much, Joan Garcia, the Grinch. He looks like the Grinch. He does look like the Grinch. I couldn't think of it for nothing in the world, but he does look like the Grinch. He looks like the Grinch that stole Christmas. Absolutely. Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you. Okay, let me go on here. And then there's this, but either way, I mean, Holly and what's his name? We jumped neq.com. Yeah, we jump neq.com. Oh, let me move that. Thank you so much, John Garcia. So quick, so simple, so Schofield. Ah, I love that. So quick, so simple, so Schofield. And there is David Beckham and the Queen. All right, you guys, I stand corrected. I see an OB. He's an OBE already, and he wants that knighthood. He wants to be Sir David Beckham. Yeah, and you know what? You know what, you guys? Who was that invited them? Was it one of the girls, Beatrice or Eugenie, that invited them to Buckingham Palace, or was that Andrew, the sick old man? And they took photos and posted it on social media. That's why he's not Sir David Beckham, because he was I remember he got in trouble for that now. You know what? You guys are right. He's after a knighthood. That's why. That's why he got in trouble. He got in trouble. I just remember that. They were at the Buckingham Palace and they made it look like they were at some kind of resort or something, like they had the whole run of the place. And did they even take a photo in the throne room and post that on social media? I know there was a photo from that courtyard, that quadrangle or whatever at Buckingham Palace. Oh, it's all coming back to me now. It's an advert. Oh, is that what that is? Is that based on that advert? Is that what this is? Oh, okay. Thank you, Elaine Parker. I brought me mom's ashes to see the Queen. Let that sink in for a second. I brought my mom's ashes to see the Queen. Let me try that one more time. I brought my mom's ashes to see the Queen. Do you guys hear the theme from the Twilight Zone right now? Do you guys hear it? Because I do. I promise you right now that whatever you got, turn it down for just a second and listen closely. Do you hear the theme from Rod Serling's The Twilight Zone? Because I do. Do 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 do. I hear the Twilight Zone. Oh my God. Oh my God. Did you just say I brought my mom's ashes to see the Queen? You can't see the Queen. I can't see the Queen. And I'm going to tell you how I know that they can't see the Queen. I'm going to tell you how I know this. because this is all you get to see. This is what you see. You see a box, you see jewels, you see a candle, but you do not see the queen. So, one more time. Why are you here? Why are you here? I brought my mom's ashes this. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Next. Next. From the strange to the sublime, right? I just saw someone describe this as the second worst thing to happen to the queen this week. I'm done here. There you go. There you go. Huge mural of Queen Elizabeth II is visible from Hounslow East Tube Station. That seems like you could see it with the naked eye from outer space. I mean, it's huge. It's huge. Who the heck is that? Now, someone said it kind of looks like, you know, maybe they're cousins. Maybe they're cousins, but it does look like Donald Trump. It really does look like Donald Trump. Lydia Ivakis, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. I really, really appreciate you watching Royal Sussex. Yeah, that is, oh, you know what? You can't unsee it. This will haunt your dreams. Oh man. Oh, this will haunt your dreams. Hi, Mary Hiker. I am so glad you are here. And again, I don't know which publication or online magazine it was, but I couldn't figure out which one it was. But you can see here, Meghan Markle greeted Queen Elizabeth II's coffin at Westminster Hall with a respectful curtsy. No mention of those other people in the photo. It is all about Meghan all the time because Meghan is the moment. And then, of course, this was rather odd but amusing. Queen Elizabeth officially rejected from heaven. Breaking, large meteor spotted burning up the Scotland and Northern Ireland. Yeah, there you can see it. There, that little white light over the house there, that is a meteor streaking across the sky. Well, somebody, not me, I don't necessarily subscribe to that, but so I decided to pair that with one of my favorite photos. We are not amused. Yep. Rejected from heaven. Like I told you guys, I was surprised at how fast things really got very raw and very honest with the way people felt about that family, especially Irish and Black Twitter. I haven't had a chance to see uh, the Indian Twitter. I guess I should take some time and take a look at that. That's got to be interesting. Indian Twitter. Uh, let's see. Justin Trudeau made a point today when he signed in the book of condolences to hold hands with his wife in front of the cameras. But he would do that anyway, wouldn't he? Right? I mean, they're pretty close like that. Let me see. Charles can't keep his stupid, can keep his stupid dinner. The Sussexes are on a bigger and better thing. Let me see. They're going to soar to heights unknown. The Sussexes will definitely be invited to the White House and the Vatican. Oh, that would be so great. That would be so, so nice. Okay. Uh-oh. Where is that? All right, I'm almost afraid, but here goes. Uh, she was like, Philip, Philip, are you there? Someone responded, no, ma'am, wrong end. Better luck below. Philip, Philip, I knew I saw Philip. Mommy? Baron, do you think President Biden canceled the meeting with Liz Truss after the Sussexes were uninvited to the state dinner? It seems like something Biden would do. Well, I told you guys what Joe Biden's mother said. You know, Joe Biden's mother was like, oh, she hated the royal family. She hated the queen, all that stuff. And she told Joe Biden, if you ever meet the queen, don't you dare curtsy or bow and don't you whatever else she said. So don't kiss her hand or something like that, she said. So I could only imagine that that's probably what instigated that because I tell you something, the Bidens are very much a veteran family. Joe Biden lost his son to a very rare form of brain cancer. And that type of cancer is something that has occurred at an unusual amount, or sorry, at an unusual rate amongst people who have served in Afghanistan and in Iraq, especially in Afghanistan, because they have something called a burn pit. And those burn pits are where they will burn computers and records. And anyway, it emits this nasty, filthy, toxic air. And so there is a high rate of cancer amongst those veterans and also people who live in those communities or that were anybody, whether it was um a civilian or not. If you were around those burn pits, there's a great chance that you have uh the potential of cancer. And so essentially the Bidens lost the child to war. Um, and so he signed a executive order or something to eliminate the burn pits and also to provide funding for the care of people who have left service some time ago and then develop these unusual cancers. So that is why the Bidens may have done that, is because the Bidens are very much a veteran family. They're very much there for the soldiers, for the wounded or whatever. So I could see that happening, Lucy Wynn. That's a very great observation. Thank you so much. Carol Padu, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. I'm sorry, it's a super chat. Yikes, that mural of the Queen was so bad. Let's take another look at it. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm telling you, that will haunt your dreams. As a matter of fact, when I close my eyes, I can still see it etched into my corneas. Oh, man. That is bad. Thank you so much, Carol Purdue, for your super chat. Let's see. John Newbold, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. And happy Saturday to you. That's £1. Are you in the UK? Oh, how are you getting along? I hope you're okay. During this period of mourning, however you feel about the Queen, I have to say, I hope you're not inconvenienced by anything that has been rescheduled or disrupted. There has been a lot of that. So thank you so much for the super sticker. All right. On. And then there's this. One of the squaddies posted this and it says Princess Meghan annihilated Kate in public interest in the last week, even after announcing the Princess of Wales title. So as you can see, worldwide, Meghan has a higher amount of interest as she would any week of the year, right? No matter what they do, the Cambridges, now the Waleses, the Prince and Princess of Wales, they just are not so popular. Like you look at worldwide, Team Sussex. There you go, Meghan. If you look at the other one, United Kingdom, the past 7 days, still Meghan. United States, definitely Meghan. So, what do you want to do? They're just not so popular. And so they got all of these images of Kate Middleton all over the front page of the headlines for the Daily Fail, hoping to drum up just enough interest to keep people tuned into them so that they will respond when they get over here to the United States. My recommendation to avoid another failure like the Caribbean tour, I say don't come. Find some excuse to get out of it because you all got more important things to do, but they are going to just big fat come over here anyway. But that's a mistake. I said don't go to the Caribbean. I thought they would cancel, but they did. And yeah, so big mistake. Okay. All right, you guys. Huh. Okay, see, that's always my mistake when I look at Twitter. That's always a mistake when I'm sitting here looking at Twitter. My mouth be hanging open, and I'll be like, "Huh? Oh yeah. I'm still on the thing, ain't I?" Okay. Let me get off of Twitter. I just, you know what? I'm here because I'm trying to make sure that I didn't miss anything that needs to be discussed. So I'm just taking a glance, a little cursory glance about the thing. And oh, you guys, I gotta share this. Some of you all are not on Twitter, but I have to share these photos. So give me just a second to upload them so that we can all see them together. Uh gotta share it with you so we can all see them together. Oh. Boy, I tell you, leave it to the squatties to come up with some stuff. All right, this won't take but a second. Let me go to the next one. This is Cardiff, Wales. That is where Prince Charles was booed. And that wall that you see there, that is Cardiff Castle. That ancient fortification is where Harry and Meghan went for a visit to Wales when Harry took his future wife to all the realms to introduce her to the people of the United Kingdom, to the Queen's subjects, as it were. And so there is plenty video about that. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to create a compilation later where I will share said videos. And anyway, you'll get an alert so you'll know when those are coming up, and then you can see them for yourself. So let me see here. Nope, not that. I'm going to go with the red. I'm going to take the deep red. Okay. Nope, not that. Okay, you guys, I got some photos coming up that I want to share with you, especially you guys that are not on Twitter. You may not be able to see these, so give me just a second to do this. And all shall be revealed. Okay. I think I got like 8 of them, so there's that. That. And I mean to tell you guys, Harry looks amazing. Harry looks amazing. Harry wears a uniform. Do you hear me? The uniform does not wear him. He wears the uniform. Okay. And that's why I can't understand why they would spend so much time with the camera on William. We all know, and I hate to sound so garish by saying this, but we all know who they were there to see. Okay. So, 1 second, let me do this. I know how to do it. I got to open up another screen, right? And so you're going to hear that echo, but that's the only way I can bring up the photos. All right. There's the echo. There's got to be a better way to do this. I just don't know what it is yet. All right, now you see it. There it is. That is Prince Harry. And I got some better photos. Give me just a second here. There you go. That is Harry facing him. Um, and you know what? Sometimes it seems that William is actually the taller one, but you know whether Harry is or is not taller than William, and believe me, it's only by maybe half an inch, no more than an inch difference. Harry always is the tallest one in the room when he's with that family. It does not even matter. Take a look there. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's our soldier right there. That is why they didn't want Harry to wear a uniform. That's why they didn't want him to wear a uniform. That's why. That's why. Because they didn't want to have to deal. They did not want to have to deal with this. This was just too much for them. They didn't want to have to deal with seeing Harry in a uniform. I don't know why I am hearing the theme to Officer and the Gentleman, but I do. I feel like Harry is going to come through the door. I'm going to take my earplugs out and say, "What are you doing here?" And then Harry is going to scoop me up and take me out of this paper bag factory. Right? Right? You all see that? Love lift us up where we belong, where the clear winds blow and the mountains high. Didn't I say that backwards? I know, Lydia. I really have to, without the coughing, of course. But yes, this calls for a revamp of the Ginge Avenge. Harry is wearing that uniform. Yep. Willie who? Let me see. Harry flexed on those cosplay soldiers and even got all those British baking show folks feeling something. Oh man. Look at that lady's face. Yeah, love. Yeah, love. Have a cookie, why don't you? Yeah, love. Have a cookie. Have a cookie. Yeah, love. But yeah, whoever put this together, what is that? President Kamala hand again? Yeah, I saw this while I was on Twitter, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna screenshot that whole thing. Yeah, love, try one of my cookies. I tell you, that old lady looks like she wouldn't know whether to offer him some cookies or to start tipping him. I mean, what's next? What comes next? Oh man, that is awesome. That is awesome. I love that. Let's go through them again, shall we? Let me see here. Take that away for a second. All right, so we started here. We started here. Oh, you know what? I just noticed he's wearing a black armband. And then here, you can see him standing facing that monster. And there you can see him all by his lonesome. I know, Charlotte. That's what I said. That's what I said. That's our Captain Wells. And it looked like he trimmed up his beard nice and neat and everything for the occasion. Here, love, have a cookie. Here, love, try my pudding. Fancy a little pudding, love? Oh, man. Well, oh, well. Okay, one more look. One more look. This one. There you go. There you go. That's our Prince Harry. Yeah, I tell you, that to me, if you ask me, that is why there was this conspiracy to keep that man out of uniform because they just didn't want to have to deal with that. Too much for him, way too much. So, oh, you know what, guys? I'm done. That's it for today. Wow, it's been what? No wonder it's been 2 hours and 14 minutes. What in the world have I talked about for 2 hours and 14 minutes? Good grief. Okay, guys. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let me get out of here. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you all stopping by. Many happy returns of the day. If I see anything interesting, of course, I am going to share it with you. Um, oh man, I tell you, this is there's been so much. Oh, the donation list. Yes, thank you so much, Sherry Ware. There has been so much information coming out so often. It's like I don't know which way to turn. Every time I look, there's something else. So, courtesy of Sherry Ware, Sherry says today's donations include the Lonely Lioness, thank you so much. Marcy Foreman, Josie A., Lydia Washington, Diamond Pearl Jim, Audrey Teschner, Duchess of Success. I forget she was on here, right? Thank you, Duchess of Success. Elaine, J. Matt, Sharon Young, Khalil Similane, and Lydia Ekavis, yes, Carol Purdue, John Newbold, and Diamond and Pearl Jim. A second donation. Thank you so much. And then what is this? Oh, Lorna Castellano. I almost missed that. I'm so busy looking at my phone. Thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. And you are a member as well. Cool. Okay, you guys. Yesterday I had a very somber video that I made for the Sussexes at the what do you call that place? The Westminster Hall. Now, I don't want you all to some of my videos can be rather sentimental. I know, but I'm going to share it for those who haven't seen it. Otherwise, Susie Q. Oh man, I get Susie Q in my videos all the time. Otherwise, Susie Q, I don't want you to get upset. You see that, guys? Duchess of Success is on in an hour. So Susie Q and anybody else who don't want to have a big cry, I'm going to show Harry and Meghan at the Westminster Hall. Just a little compilation I put together from some photos and the limited amount of video. So if you want to stay and watch it, go ahead. If you guys want to go and do some other things before Duchess of Success, go for it. But I'm gonna play that, and then I'll be back with the Ginger Avenger. Oh, Connie Balmer. Well, anyway, I was debating, but that's why I waited till last, because I was just like, I don't want to. So, let me see. Let me see. What's that? I thought Baron would be talking at 1 this morning. Oh yeah, 1 o'clock this morning. I did well, wherever you are. I did throw a couple of videos on last thing. So yeah, so this was one of them, I think. So anyway, I'm gonna show it, and oh yeah, see, let me just check. I'll check and see if she's coming back on, because it's always a different time zone for everyone else. And sometimes you think someone's coming on and they're not. So I always say you just have to go and check that person's you got to check their Google, I mean not Google, their YouTube page. And that's the only way to know for sure, because I see something for 9/17, which is today, at 4 p.m. my time. So that means that she'll be on in an hour and 10 minutes my time. So again, go and check her listing. Oh, by the way, thank you so much, Susie Q. Susie Q, that was nice of you, even though I have you in a crying fit sometimes with my videos. Oh man, so now you guys know how I get so distracted sometimes when I'm making my videos. I start that little creative thing kicks in. And anyway, I worked on this video for 2 days trying to get it just right, and still I haven't worked on the video from Germany, from Dusseldorf. I still got to do that one. I got so much work I need to do. So let me show this. And okay, so thank you so much, Susie Q. And thank you for being such a great supporter to Royal Sussex, and also a member. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. So without any further ado, again, Kleenex alert is true. I am going to share that one with you. And then we're going to ginger avenge ourselves out of here, because gosh, I've been on so long today. Okay. Is this the right one? Well, so that was what I worked on for a couple of days, and I don't know. I just, in a way, I know it's kind of, yes, Kleenex alert, but because we care about them, we do laugh with joy with them, and we also grieve with them. So that's what happens when you care about a person, is that you're there for them for the good and bad times. So Daniel Medical, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you so much for being a member and watching Royal Sussex. Okay. Susie Q, you okay? All right. All right. Hug, hug. All right. Gotta check on you. Gotta check in on you. All right. Let me see. Oh, wow. I'm scrolling now. Let me see. Mima Logic says, Baron, excellent. They are worthy of our support. Thank you. Two sons in military felt this. Oh, wow. Well, congratulations and thank you. I mean, when someone's in the military, it's not just that soldier or sailor, it's the whole family that is committed to the cause. So thank you very much for your service. All right. Let me see. I hope that someone in Harry and Meghan's camp has seen this video, Baron. Oh, thank you, Marshar. Thank you. Um, although I wouldn't want the Sussexes to ever watch this channel because I think that it's better they have plausible deniability. I wouldn't want them to have to explain me to anybody. I wouldn't want them to be called to witness because of me. Oh man. Okay, so I am gonna, of course, give a lot of credit to the Sussex. Let me see, moms or their moms. There you go. Our Queen of Hearts and our Queen of Everything. If it wasn't for Doria and Diana, um, I mean, that moment that we just watched probably never would have happened. But it did happen, and so I'm grateful. All right, so let me see a last comment for the day. That physique is killing me. All right, Julia Rock, that is our last comment for the day. Oh man, that works for me. That uh, oh, thank you, Joan Garcia. That's exactly it. I mean, we otherwise we have all those feelings bottled up. Let me see here. Hard work and enjoy evening, everyone. Much love. All right, Darlene Anderson, thank you so much. Okay. Oh wait, yes, there. It totaled 56 and it's closed now, right? Is that right? Is it excuse me, is the list closed? I mean the fundraiser, Cinta Ballet. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. There's been so much happening. I keep forgetting about lots of things. And I totally lost track with that. I hadn't checked in a long time. But so Sherry Ware says that the ballet is $56,344. And you guys, um, wouldn't it be a surprise if we woke up tomorrow and found out that Tina and Michelle was on? Wouldn't that be a surprise? I'm not saying I know anything because I don't, but every Saturday I go to bed with that same thought, like especially when there's like a big week or something going on. I always go to bed with that thought, like, what if, right? What if? So I'm just saying, what if? We'll see. We'll see. I mean, not likely, but what if? Right? Okay. All right. So that the last comment was that physique has me on fire or something like that. And so that works for me. Let me see. Oh, it's been extended, huh? Nice, nice. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to screenshot it and then I'll put it on my community tab with the link. So that's what I'll do. I'll do that later because I've posted it twice on my community tab, but it's probably buried so far down. So I will refresh and put a new one up. This video is beautiful, Baron. I'm in tears. Saw Harry in real time on Sky TV when he joined his cousins to guard his granny. That was my first cry. Aw, Phyllis Brooks. Aw, well, I'm sure it was a good cry. It was a good cry. It helps to relieve the tension and pressure that goes on with having them over there in Narnia. So we need that. So it's okay to let it go. Let me see. Okay, Sherry, I am on that. I'm on it. Thank you, because I was a little. I was like, I'll do it later. Okay, now it is pinned to the top of the chat. Reba Henderson, thank you so much for the super chat. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. And happy Saturday to you. I really, really appreciate you being here. Let me see. Just praying that our hero and his beloved Princess Meghan leaves those malicious people in that old palace and return to the USA. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you so much, Ann Fu. You guys, I'm going to tell you when I realize how tough it can be having like so much responsibility. As squatties, we have a lot of responsibilities because there's some big dark forces that push against the Sussexes. And most days, the only constant support that they have outside of their family and friends is the Sussex squad. And I realized how much pressure that was that day when we were uh, watching Tina and Michelle, and we were waiting to see if Lily Diana was born and if she was home or is she at the hospital. And then all of a sudden, the announcement came out, and it was just like that gasp of relief that Lily Diana was born, that she was okay, healthy, safe, at home at stately, palatial, opulent, picturesque Sussex Manor. That was when I knew that for the squad, it can be very, very tough. But we were there for them, and we'll continue to be there for them because it seems like an uphill battle some days, but I knew that a lot would happen when the Queen made her transition, but I had no idea that the pushback that they were going to receive in that family was going to be as strong and as vigorous as it has been. The open criticism of the institution, of the Queen, of everything. It was what I hoped for, but I wasn't sure that it was ever going to happen. But now it's here. Let me see, Baron. I just realized that you have been on every day. Connie Balmer, every day since April the 15th, 2021. The recorded videos and then the lives. And you guys, I can tell you, you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed at the commitment. I'll just say that. You would be amazed. And I'll leave it at that. Let me see. I have a super chat here. Sharon Young says, I don't think they realize that the more they try to put Harry down, they make him look like everything he is saying about them is true. And that shows the height of arrogance that they have, that you would think they could read the room and that they would know better, and they just don't. They just don't. I mean, anytime you dumb enough to let somebody every time I try to say it, it makes me laugh. But anytime you dumb enough to let somebody hand you an exploding pen, and you go out there and you get ink all over yourself, all over your emotional support wife, all over the table. Anytime you dumb enough to let somebody do that to you, you really don't deserve to be on the throne. Um, but yet, this is their fearless leader that everybody is protecting. So I don't get it. But seriously though, you are right. I don't think they realize it either. It's amazing that they haven't put two and two together. The only card that Charles has to play to save himself and perhaps even save the throne is the Sussexes, but he hasn't figured that out yet. I don't care if he's king or not. I don't care if everybody in the world is paying attention to him at this moment. Um, he don't have the juice. Nobody is going to be as sympathetic to this money grabbing, scandalous old man the way that they were to that sweet old lady with the white hair. There's a big difference between the sweet old lady with the white hair and this man who married this person against the odds, right? There's a big difference. And what was that Trevor Noah said about the queen, about the sweet old lady, about what happened to Princess Diana? Did you see that? Um, the walls are crumbling down. People are not hiding it, they're not shying away from it, whatever you want to call it. All deference, all consideration has just gone out the window. And now uh, that family and those, treacherous members of that family are going to be exposed for the hypocrites that they are. It's just a matter of time. Sharon, all we have to do is just wait. All we got to do is sit back, eat some popcorn, and wait, and all shall be revealed. Anyway, thank you so much for your very thoughtful super chat. I appreciate it. And with that, I am going to take one more glance, and then we are going to ginge avenge ourselves out of here. Because Gail Tapscott, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Saturday. And you're also a member. I appreciate that. Now, listen, guys, it's been 2 hours and 40 minutes. I'm up. I'm up. I am so up. I'm fixing to go. So, oh, thank you, Pam Porter. I appreciate that. Baron, I remember when the live started, you progressed so fast. It's required part of my day. Oh, thank you, Pam Porter. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me see. Let me see, Baron. It's petty that when the day comes, we can have a party. Pretty please. Yes, when that day comes, we are going to celebrate. We are. I am going to go outside and jump up on a car, and I'll be like, calling out around the world, dancing in the streets. They're dancing in London. They're dancing in New York too. Ah, yes, I'm gonna be out there. I'm gonna do the swim. I'm gonna do the backstroke. Little foxtrot. Oh yes, yes, you guys. And that is why I'm about to get off. So you guys go over to Duchess of Success. She'll be on in 45 minutes. I'm fixing to go. We are going to Ginger Venge because I keep saying I'm finna go, and that was 40 minutes ago. So cue Ginge. All right. Thank you, Ray Raquel, for the super chat. Thank you, Baron and moderators. You are quite welcome. Also, thank you so much for being a member of Royal Sussex. All right. Let me see here. Mercedes sides. Oh my, I'm sorry. I went and got a couple of Pringles. Hold on a second. Okay, so I made a run in the kitchen and got me a couple of Pringles. Did you see how they're trying to ambush Archetypes by saying Meghan said that Gayle King was not big enough to be on her show? No, I did not see that. Where did that come from? And of course, she would never say something like that, but that never stopped a deranger from lying. I did not see that, but if I ever find out who started that, I am going to admonish them with my stare. That's what I'm going to do. As a matter of fact, to make sure that they feel the pain, I'm going to send them this. That's what I'll do. I'll admonish them with somebody else's stare. How dare they? How dare they? You know, I always have that anxiety around this time of day when I think to myself, am I out of Pringles? Oh man, that is a very anxious moment when you realize that all the Pringles are gone. Let me see. Oh man, I'm afraid, but here goes. Baron, don't jump on anybody's car and let chocolate thunder out. Yeah, I gotta find my breakaway pants. Every exotic dancer has them. I have to find my breakaway pants so I can Yep. God, that would be so funny. I could just imagine some kids going down the street. Ma, what is that old man doing? Honey, don't you recognize him? That's Chocolate Dancer. I mean, Chocolate Thunder. Okay, okay. Listen, y'all. I'm fixing to go. Um, what? Everybody, I'm fixing to go. Let me see here. Let me. I know I'm not looking at anything else. I'm fixing to go. Thank you, everybody. Love you guys. It has been a pleasure as always. And wherever I find the news, I will share it with you. Let me see. Prudence Montague. Hi, everyone. Shout out to Bear and awesome moderators and mods. Squad, blessed Saturday. Didn't our soldier steal the show? He looks so stoic and proud. Go, Prince. Yes, he did. He does. He did. I can't help but think that this is why they are always so anxious about him getting in his uniform, because when he wears his uniform, he wears it. The uniform never wears him. Well, I do have some stuff I have to work on. We'll see. I got a few projects I'm working on. Okay, guys, I'm fixing to go for real now. That's it. I'm done. We've Ginger Vange, we Madam Duchess, we've done all that kind of stuff. We've had the last word, all that. Okay, so see you guys. Oh, I like to. No, I'm not gonna answer that. I'm finna go, y'all. Oh, what? You don't see it anymore. Let me see. Let me take a look. Let me take a look. Let me see. I don't see it either. Let me check though. Let me check another way. All right, I see the 19th, I see the 20th and the 25th, but I don't see today anymore. Yeah, I don't see it either. I see the 19th, the 20th, and the 25th. I don't see today's scheduled anymore. So, okay, I went directly to the source and checked. And I suspect you're right. I don't think she's coming on later. All right, so let me see here. I hope this. And by the way, the answer to the question is: I like the cheese and I like the barbecue Pringles. Since I'm still here, I like the cheese Pringles and I like the barbecue. Now, cookies and cream. Cookies and cream says, "I hope the Sussexes stop playing nice with those racist cretins. Those disgusting, rotten people will never change their evil ways." Thank you, Cookies and Cream. All right. Uh, oh, you're talking about when they the guy made the run toward the coffin? I didn't see that. I mean, I saw one of the videos, but I didn't see the one on Tisa's channel. So no, I didn't see that one. But oh, maybe she's got a, because I kind of think they told people that they shouldn't have their cell phones out. So I'm guessing that it did not attack on 2 a.m. to attack. Where are we talking about? The which attack? You know what? I'm gonna go because I need to go eat some lunch and stop munching on Pringles. But what attack? I didn't see an attack. Is there an attack? And you said it was on Tisa Till 17 hours ago. Huh. Let me see. Hello, my little tattletales. Hey, y'all, my little tattletales. I love when she says that. How y'all doing, my little tattletales? Okay, I don't see anything. Oh, well, I guess it wasn't meant for me to see. Hi, my little tattletales. Hey, y'all, my little tattletales. Oh, let me see. Let me turn the sound up.
Kanye West is officially off the. Hey, what's up, my little tattletales? Yo,
hey, what's up, my little tattletales? Oh man. Oh, I've never looked at the comments. I never looked at the comments. Hey, what's up, my little tattletales? I do that pretty good, actually. Let me try another one of her videos.
Hey, what's up, my little tattletales? Yo, sit down and shut.
Hey, what's up, my little tattletales? Won't y'all just sit down? Yes, I think I got that one. Hey, what's up, my little tattletales? Oh, let me see. Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. Okay. But I'm, you know what? I'm going to stop looking because then that means I need to step away from this PC and I'm going to go and make myself some lunch. But no, I didn't see that. So she verbally attacked him, huh? I do want to see it. I am kind of nosy. But okay, I'm going to look for it later. But thank you so much. And thank you, Black Queen. All right, I'm done, you guys. What? What? Huh? What? Huh? Okay. Oh, I don't know. You know what? I'm almost embarrassed to say this because this is just all kind of greedy, but they had something at the store yesterday called jerk tamales. They had the jerk chicken tamales and the jerk turkey tamales. And I'm just like, what in the world is that? I mean, I've heard of jerk chicken rather. I've heard of tamales, but jerk chicken tamales, I'll let y'all know next time because you know, when I saw that, I'm like, that's interesting. I even bought some sour cream just to, you know, I don't know, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I mean, do I steam them? Do I, how do I cook them? But yeah, so I'm gonna try that jerk chicken tamales. Huh. When I saw that, I was like, huh? And of course, I had to get it because it just seems different. So I'm gonna try some jerk chicken tamales. And so next time y'all hear from me, I'm gonna be like, hey, what's up, my little tattletales? Oh man. So again, I'm fixing to go, y'all. Thank you all for being here on Royal Sussex. Oh, thank you, Pam Porter. I have so much fun doing that, believe me. Uh, hello, Ivy here. Hello, Ivy here. Let me see. Uh, okay. I'm still looking at comments here, but what's that? I believe it was staged because why would someone run up the coffin of QE2 after some oh, to drum up sympathy for the family, right? Huh. Faya, I think you're onto something there. I think you're onto something. That does make a lot of sense. I mean, why in the world would somebody wait in line and supposedly queue for 20 hours just so that they can get arrested? I mean, how far do you think you were going to get? But if it helps out, helps to distract from people yelling, why are we paying you $100 million when we don't know if we can heat our homes? Now that is interesting. Huh. I gotta look into that one. Thank you so much. Boy, I tell you, the squad is on it. What's that? Um. Oh, you mean the tackle? Oh, okay. Let me see here. For $345 billion, I may stand in line. Oh, maybe he thought he saw William. Yeah, maybe that was Trenchtown, man. We never did see his face. Maybe he thought he saw William. I need to go back and try to see if I can turn the sound up and see if I hear him yell, "Hey, Prince, Prince." I mean, we never did see Trenchtown man's face. Oh man. Let me see here. Yes, they won't let me get off this thing, Church Nelly. They won't let me get off this thing. I've been trying to get off of here, but they keep asking me stuff and trying to figure out what kind of Pringles I like and stuff. So yeah, I'm still here. And then of course, some people are solving mysteries, and you know how nosy I am. So yeah, I'm still here. Let me see. Oh, Fatima, thank you so much for that. Oh, I really appreciate that. You're very, very kind. And you guys, I tell you, if it wasn't for Royal Sussex, what would I do with all this energy? I tell you, it's like, I mean, I put it to you like this. When I try to explain to a layperson what's going on with that family, they just don't. It's like they get that faraway look in their eyes, like, uh huh, uh huh, because it almost sounds like what's happened to the Sussexes is too. It seems like it's fictitious, right? Because who would do some of the things that have been done to them? But it is true. All of it is true. They do have like a whole family, an institution, the media. They got all these people plotting against them one after the other. And then, if that's not bad enough, then they have people that they send over here. And so I found it difficult to have conversations about it because it seems so far away and removed from most people I knew. But having the Sussex Squad community means that you have a bunch of like minded people who understand where you're coming from. So I'm really, really grateful for that. That's the only way I can put it. I am very, very grateful for that. Um, it was like, yeah, I think that's it. Just as I said, it was just it was born out of frustration. I think all of us, our connection was born out of that same frustration. Oh man, let me see. All right, you guys. I'm scrolling. Let me see. Oh, late. Saw hair in uniform. Yes. Jackie says, Baron, we won't let you leave because you make us laugh after you make us cry, and you are better than therapy. Oh, thank you, Jackie. Let me see. To Pringles? Wait, are you talking about Pringles or chocolate chip cookies? Let me see here. Fatima, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Sheila Dennis says, oh, Henry the Eighth just posted a video. Did you hear that, guys? Henry the Eighth just posted a video. Oh, that's got to be good. Baron, King Charles is very smart. He mentioned Prince Harry in his first speech to fool the public because he knew the bad treatment is going to get. He's going to get from him and the rest. Sheila Dennis, I hope that's not the case, but you know what? It sounds true to me. It really does. I mean, because when he mentioned Harry and Meghan, he didn't mention their titles, and he did mention their lives in America and all that kind of stuff. So it's like he left it open to so much interpretation that it actually makes it very frightening. You know what I mean? But that's okay though, Sheila. He's going to get his. Trust me when I say this. He's going to get his because there are so many people that has so many things to say to him, about him, and for him that he's the one in trouble, not Harry and Meghan. And trying to use them as a distraction, that's not going to save his hide. So he could forget it. He's the one in trouble, not Harry and Meghan. They'll be okay, but him not so much. Let me see. Thank you for your comment, by the way, Baron. You are so right. When I tell someone how Queen Elizabeth letter made the edict that Black Brits couldn't fight back, get a lawyer or sue, she said she didn't believe it. that that sweet old lady thing goes so far. You can't convince people. You can't convince people because she's just this sweet old lady, right? And that's Bonnie Prince Charlie. The one that everybody remembers from the 60s and the 70s, right? You just can't convince them. And of course, you have the English Rose, right? And then you have the dutiful son who just wants to do the right thing. And so when you tell people the real story, it's almost as though, I mean, if I heard myself say it, especially as emotional as I get sometimes, I would be like, oh, come on now. But that is what they depend upon, is the idea that it sounds almost unbelievable because of how horrible it is, but we all know it's true. We know it's true. So um man, whatever it takes, uh, I tell you what, I I'm no pedo, but I'm going to make the case if I have to. But I love how pedo like explains everything with so much passion because it just it cuts through a lot of their slide nonsense that they use when they try to make it seem like it can't be so bad and that didn't happen. And it's just like that guy that was on the uh-oh just like that guy that I heard on Twitter where he was like trying to say, "Oh, the Queen didn't have that kind of power." But if you cannot be put on the witness stand, if nobody can prosecute you, if you can't be taken to court, if you don't have to pay taxes, and in every way you are above the law because everything that is done in your name, then it's true. but he tried to make believe that is not a constitutional monarchy. How does that work if the monarch is absolute? How is that possible? So yeah, you make a great point, and thank you for your comment. So Lydia, I'm gonna tag this before I go, and then this is gonna be the last thing I do. And for real, I'm gonna go. Let me see. Uh, okay, there you go. That's Henry VIII. And then for real, I'm just gonna look at a couple more comments, and then for real, I'm gonna go. Katrina Kemp says, "Hi, Mona Cookies. I just finished some fried bread." Oh, okay, fried bread. That sounds good. Puzzle Dot says Shakespeare said, "We eat too fat and fat for the worm." Charles, if Charles will be scorned by the worms. Maggots will not eat the flesh of these wicked people. Huh. And that's Shakespeare? I never heard that before. I have to check that one out. Abba says, Baron is called plausible deniability. His love for his son and daughter in law is a cover. Manipulation 101 is the go to tactic for racehorses. The Orange Menace makes use of this all the time. Yeah. Talking out of both sides of their mouths, right? Sheila Clemens McKay, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you so much for being a member and for watching Royal Sussex. Well, I noticed nobody told me, Baron, can you change the picture on the screen? Nobody said anything. I wonder why. I wonder why nobody asked me to change the picture on the screen. Huh? Why is that? Nobody objects to that picture on the screen. Okay. Hey, love, have a cookie. Hey, love, have a cookie. All right, you guys. What? Let me see. Let me see. Oh, and she's got such a good channel. Well, we got to do something about that. Let me see. Uh, hmm. Yeah, we got to do something about that. All right. All right, you guys, let me see. I hate when people are working that hard and they're, you know what I mean? We got to help her out with that. But she has a really good channel. I love her channel. Okay, you guys. Well, thank you again. And we are going to get together tomorrow. And don't be surprised if I upload something later. It'll be something really small, not worth you interrupting your sleep. I promise you, Connie Balmer. Not worth interrupting your sleep. Oh, man. Yep, not even worth interrupting your sleep. So, just in case. Really? What happened? Fergie and Andy did a walkabout? What? What? You know it's exciting when you hear my voice get that high. They did a walkabout? What? Oh my goodness. Let me see. I'm looking to see if I see any pictures. You mean to tell me that what is that? Andrew, you're You're the what did it say? You're a dirty old man. Wow, I didn't see that. Wow. Okay. Well, and Fergie was there. Did she have her toes out? Did Fergie have her toes out? Because she's like very prone to sticking her toes in people's mouth. So I'm just asking for a friend. Did she have her toes out? Okay. Let me see. Would be surprised if Charles make her his fourth or fifth right hand person. You know what? You know what? I I'll just say this. I don't see why he wouldn't, because if you go, I would rather see her out there than to see Andrew. I'd rather see her out there, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, she did make nice to the queen before, things got so far gone, so why wouldn't she, right? All right. Okay, you guys. I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh or sing a song. It seems like we get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long. Good night, everybody. Go ahead, tug your ear. Good night, everybody. All right, love you guys. Bye now.